The living room, where the family meets to discuss issues, any issue which may be bothering one of the family members. That's what we do each and every Tuesday on WACK 90.1 FM with Ricardo Mitchell and DJ Aaron868. We have casual conversations on serious topics, from sports to culture, mental health to economics, relationships to life lessons. Join us each and every Tuesday on WACK 90.1 FM. The living room, casual conversations on serious topics.
It is now 6 p.m. here in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know what time it is where you are, but I'm glad to know you're locked onto the True Nation station, WACK 90.1 FM, where we are culture crazy. First and foremost, let's kick this off as we always do. Must give thanks and praises to the Almighty for granting us the gift of life and the seeing another day. No matter what time of day it is, you must always give thanks. Secondly, we have to say thank you to those that went before us, and we are not just talking about our ancestors, the original inhabitants of Trinidad and Tobago, because we all know, accept, reiterate, and say it will be Chester Columbus lied, but also to our brother in music, Tony P, where the P this week stands for
Feedback, Aaron.
For
feedback.
what?
Feedback. PHEEDBACK. Feedback. When you hear feedback, so dread it's starting with a proper PH and not a F. You know, it's a problem.
Well, I feel compelled to ask, why is feedback spelled with a PH this week?
Let's not to put anybody on stage, but it was sad that my first parang for the season was there was a lot of feedback with the audio for the parang band. So my first experience paranderally, was compromised. So that means I guess I write the next parang.
So let me see how good your first experience parangly was then. If I say paranderally.
Yeah. I just making it difficult.
Yeah. If I say anda parandero, what are you supposed to say?
Turn down mic number 2. Turn down mic number 2.
Whoa,
brother, let me get some bass box day.
I'm speaking of the actual song.
Something by La Parandero. That's what it is?
No, the lyrics actually go anda parandero, and then there's a response anda parandero.
Anda Parandero.
Yeah, vamos de paranda. Anda parandero.
Anda Parandero.
Yeah.
So it's Spanglish.
Hace benísimo tiempo, anda parandero. En esta noche buena, anda parandero. That's the first verse. We didn't get past that first verse properly without any feedback on Saturday. But with that being said,
fantastic job.
It was a great event on Saturday, a great initiative. Culture on Carib Street, where there was 12 hours or just about of culture in a place where many of us would have cast as a derelict place.
I was pleasantly surprised that there was that much space inside there, and that I mean it was nice. It was good. I was pleasantly surprised. I also want to apologize.
And it's the funny thing,
Joash,
as you're here with us early today, when you
look Joash inside, yes.
When you went to the school on the Verdant Hill, right?
Yes.
The lot next to the car park between the entranceway to the pool, right by the entranceway to the pool. What do you used to have there?
Pan.
Oh yes, I used to practice pan. Shucks. I forget all.
You're talking about like in the entrance to the pool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pan.
Sun City.
Or you're talking about like by the crickets?
No, on the left hand side when it's swinging going by the pool. On the left hand side there, like on the kind of incline.
It was just a car park. It didn't used to have anything. But I saw. Is that the event that you all went? I saw there with tents the other day.
Yeah.
I know it had chenet treat. I used to eat pick a little chenet and eat.
Can you tell me how the bird paper office there?
I don't know anything about that for sure.
I don't think any of us know anything about that bird paper office. He
Like
also
when
made
used
the
to call
joke
Trinidad
that
Irie.
he also said that my bird paper and yours Cardo probably signed it.
You know what?
I need
I
to have
will
a
check.
serious conversation with my parents about this.
I will check.
Or ask
I will
my
check.
grandmother. I'm sure my
I still-
grandmother remember.
I still have my original
What
bird paper.
Unless it was somewhere
parchment.
else, because you don't know,
I'm not going to say, I don't even know that big building that is the Borough Corporation. I don't even know what that big building used to
But
be.
don't even let us go there with that whole building, because the building something in the back there about 20,000 years now. I don't know what they're doing with that in the back there.
Well, that's Trinidad's MO, you know. We always building. Just like West Indies always still in a corner. If you don't know the program you're listening to, this
Wow.
is The Living Room with yours truly, Aaron868. I remind you each and every time that calls here is my code. And I sit here today alongside my bro with no fro, a lot of flow, always on the go and in the know.
Ricardo Mitchell, the 10 City Sage.
And we
Yeah.
are joined today by a young brethren.
A brethren.
Not brethren.
A brethren. This is like a breath of fresh air.
Yes, a breath of fresh air inside the living room this evening. Mr. Joash Webb.
Yes. Pleasant. Good day, everyone. Nice to be here again.
Give me 2 more shows that you come as a guest, and I'll come with a nice intro for you like what Cardo have there.
Well, fine.
Right?
Yeah.
And as you said, this is the living room
Mhm.
where we discuss any and everything under the sun. We have casual conversations on serious topics. And sometimes we get so accustomed to the fact that we are pro certain things that we don't acknowledge them when they are due.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Right? So I think for Mental Health Month, we almost didn't have a mental health episode until we brought T-TAP at the Trinidad and Tobago Association of Psychologists in to talk about their conference, which was an overwhelming success by all accounts.
I would have loved to have been there. I'm seeing people posting pictures from that, and I'm like, oh, I know him, I know her, I know him, I know her.
Matas.
Wait for going up there.
That's how people used to feel when you used to be posting avidly to social media in your previous life.
Yeah, that the previous life. Repeat this week is for previous life, yes? Because listen,
Yeah, nah.
Galera explain what is all this P about, you know? I don't understand what really going on.
Cardo, you didn't give him a proper introduction to the P part of it, the show when he was the guest host back in July into August.
no, I did not. Tony Prescott, right? The legendary Tony Prescott, former frontline singer for several bands, if I'm not mistaken. He was for Traffic Surface. Atlantic.
Yeah.
Right. Apologies, Tony. And yeah, because there was a thing, the Tony Prescott and the P this week stands for, and then we would try to find a relevant P word. But over the years, it has gotten a little problematic because when you do this show for 45 to 50, yeah, I think the record we make was probably 48 or 49 shows a year already. When you do 40 plus P words every week, every year for 6, 7, 8 years, it's not a cycle.
52 times a year, possibly.
Is
once a week.
Let's say 50.
Take vacation. Yeah.
No, let's say 50. I scored at no West Indies batsman this reach very often.
You have feelings. The P this week is for
I don't know.
feelings.
Like, you play any
PH.
sports? Because I find you attacking them sports now.
I play a lot of sports actually.
Like,
I'm an avid football sweater. I'm
What's
an
up?
occasional cricket opening batsman in the wind ball arena.
And he's open nuts when he watching.
Whoa.
Go ahead. Actively listening. Sorry, this is me actively listening.
And also, I am now a recreational 5K medal collector.
I realize plenty of people in Trinidad and Tobago are becoming that actually, and I'm proud of them. I'm proud of you. I would say I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It is an interesting avenue for camaraderie and entertainment.
Yes.
And the medals are the real motivation. I'm not gonna lie to. Yes, people do it for the health, but the medals are the motivation.
So what's the next 5K you'll be running?
I don't know if I should be giving us any free publicity, but there's one on the 30th of the month where we're going to be shining. Let's just say that.
Don't worry, I'll be there.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nah,
Make sure and get a picture.
Yeah.
But these 5Ks are so well attended. It's
No, but
very difficult.
but your show is the 30th?
And
And
the
the
29th.
29th? Yeah.
Just,
See, you're on planning to reach later though.
Let me check my email here and see what
You're
going on.
already planning to miss the whole 5K though. Hey Josh, thanks for joining us, man. Tomorrow is International Men's Day, and I figure that we just talk some big man talk, just go off our 5. Bring in
bro.
some fresh perspective.
It's always good to be here, and I mean, let's honor some men, like, you know. At the same time, we have a chance to, you know, celebrate life, us as individuals, and highlight the good in some men, probably. I know, because I'm sure there are some men that deserve a little recognition or highlighting. I don't know if you all want to
Man,
talk
prove your
about
now.
something that somebody significant would have done.
It is
I
the
kind of want to hear
29th.
some
huh?
stories today, you know.
It is the 29th. I stand and thank you very much for that correction. Let me make sure and fit that on my calendar. One time.
Irona's going to run our 5K
but
in
I-
a time machine, you know.
I was gone, Mr. 5K, and the Wi-Fi would have been vexed by it.
Yeah.
I want to the
No more
Wi-Fi.
connection after.
Yeah, no connection.
Hey,
Wow, that's a real interesting thing in the Josh.
That
in
is a
terms
good
of
one,
asking if it have anyone you want to highlight and or you want to give kudos to. And it's a real difficult thing because as men, we tend to do two things. Put people on pedestals or pull them off pedestals really quickly.
True.
Because
As
we
that's-
don't...
By nature, a lot of times, men compete with each other. Like, with a whole ego kind of vibe where, yeah, you know?
Right? And one thing I always say is, and I'll speak from my arena here, in terms of the music, I want to highlight a lot of our soca artists and calypsonians because of their timeless and sometimes thankless contributions to the culture of Trinidad and Tobago. It's not easy going up there year after year, singing song after song sometimes, and nobody taking it on. But yet still you persist because that is your purpose.
Yeah.
That's your calling.
Yeah.
So for me, I want to shout out or give accolades to the people who invest in their purpose. And I just specifically dealing with culture here. So you see men like Junior Biznat, who for years has given timelessly to the woodworking culture in Trinidad and Tobago. And when I say woodworking, we're talking about all them some of them arts you see, the stilt walkers, some traditional mask crafters other than that you see all over Junior Biznat. The man behind it. Y'all could cut me across at any time if you all have anybody, because I could call this from now till the end of the show.
Yeah, well, I will cut you across now because outside of that, you reminded me of as you mentioned, who sacrifice to go after purpose in the sporting sphere or in the sporting arena. There are a lot of persons that sacrifice in a similar way, especially because in the developmental stage, you aren't paid for what you are doing, so you have to sacrifice finances, time, and a lot of effort. So sports becomes something difficult. And there are some individuals who spend time nurturing and developing youths who go on to become very big. And they remain in a situation where they are less off, but they continue giving and pushing others to be good. I know Coach Dunstan is one.
Yeah.
He pushes a lot of youths, not just, yes, he does football, but I've seen a lot of people grown to become lawyers, those who would have grown to become successful in many different arenas. Even like Nicholas Paul would have been a footballer under him and then went on to become a national cyclist and breaking national records and even having a world record eventually. So kudos to men like Coach Dunstan and all the coaches out there that always pushing youths, developing. Those were the academies, those were the schools. Really want to get them with kudos right now.
And as you say, coaches, let me pull back and add another classic name. And it's so fitting that I'm trying to keep it South-based in my accolades here, right? Because this week we're celebrating San Fernando City Week. San Fernando City Day was actually today when they had the interfaith service, right? And this name that I go and call, if you ever play football in San Fernando, well, except for you, Josh, you too young to know this one. John Stedman.
I'm not too young. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And I went to school with his son and also.
Oh, all right, I take it back. I stand correct.
But I've heard of what he has done.
John Stedman has been unheralded success story in the coaching arena for football in San Fernando and Trinidad as a whole. From his catchy but yet still insultive phrases that he would use in training, to his infinite style of that 360 turn, John Stedman has been a pillar in coaching many a young man in Trinidad and Tobago when it comes to football. The level of discipline that he instilled, you can't beat John for that.
Yeah, and the thing is that you mentioned discipline there, but it's like character development. So that's why I highlight the coaches, right? Because not every coach, and as I said, Coach Dunstan before, not every coach work on these athletes, work on these kids in a way that help them to become better individuals in life. Some of them are solely focused on competition or not development of the youths. But you see the coaches that really take time to develop good values in the youths. Those, I really want to highlight those and give them the flowers, give them the congratulate them for what they're doing and encourage them to continue working, continue doing what you're doing. It isn't in vain.
And another name from South, take is Jerry Jumadine. He was a cricket coach in the back of the old Garakara field down inside the hole there. He used to have a cricket pitch down there. Jerry Jumadine, every Saturday morning from 9 to 12. Tell you, I could call name from now till...
Every time you talk in him, and as you say Garakara, there's a man called Mr. Walker. If you want St. Paul's, I don't go to Paul's there, but you see Mr. Walker, regardless of sports, he's involved with the youths in the youth level. That's athletics, football, cricket, everything. So I know when I was growing up in primary school, whichever sport I play, usually I would see him around. And especially in South, when it comes to the Victoria level and you have a team to compete, he would be one of the main coaches helping the Victoria district, instilling discipline and ensuring elite performance by these Southerners.
Mr. Walker is a referee now. That man refereeing from since I was about 20.
And
like last year. Yeah. Mr. James, an athletic coach who his son Jamil James was a past student in Presentation College, a great athlete back in his day. Mr. James, I think it's Trevor James was his name, can't remember.
Yeah.
An excellent athletic coach.
And I don't mean to highlight the bias, but I'm trying to be as normal as possible. But Mr. Dexter Mitchell, I know not both of you all did not go to school with him, but you see the current principal of Presentation College. I had a short moment with him in school, but outside of that, the impact he has made when I was there, and even after that, I see the level of servant leadership that he has, and outside of that servant leadership, the courage to challenge what is wrong in society. For example, like in recent timings with the football SSFL, there were some things that were unfair. It was highlighted in the newspapers. He would have sent a letter which would have allowed the organization to realize that, hey, we're going off. Things like that, I am encouraged by. It means, when you see something wrong, don't just take it. Stand up for what is right. You can make a difference. So, shout out to Mr. Dexter Mitchell, principal of Presentation College.
What you gonna? And I'm going to say, Ricardo, I'll show you us.
Quiet. I don't understand what you're doing, man.
Well, I was waiting for an hour later call me, but well, we're going to move on.
Firstly, to have Ricardo quiet for at least 15 minutes straight is a great achievement inside the living.
That is, call Guinness and tell them, you're closely affiliated with another world record here. Mr. Walker, actually, I know him as my neighbor on Dolly Street. He used to live about 2 houses up from us. So when I hear people talking about Mr. Walker, I just be like, word, yeah, marble dog. That's what we're saying. It's gonna sound, we do this all the time, but I had to say Kenny Phillips. And I'm not saying that just because I'm on man radio station.
I feel so.
No. You see, in the past,
and you're looking for that Christmas bonus. All right, bye-bye.
Wait, that does happen? It does have that?
I don't think so, but it could happen.
It does that? Oh, all right. No, because my experience in WACK has been in the living room. All right, over the past couple months, I'm on the camera crew now, and seeing what it takes to do the work that he does. I understand now why during COVID, Aaron stopped bad talking him and start respecting how he functions. But yeah, just push a man under the bus there. Because what it takes to broadcast is one thing, but to be able to do the events that he does with the quality that he does, when some of the conditions, it is amazing that sometimes the most the public would get is a hum on a line or a feed that drop in. When I look at the number of things he has to overcome to produce an event, it different. It really different. And his temperament throughout it all, yeah, he's miserable, you know. But he demands a high standard, and he also just keeps the thing going. So it kind of teaching me something too, because when you're doing that quantity of work, you can't afford to fixate on a mistake. You solve it and you keep it trucking. And that's something that with an analyst mindset, I just want to pick apart a problem until I understand it and put something in place to prevent it from happening again. But this new environment is teaching me that, brother man, sometimes you can't devote that much resources to problem solving, you know. Sometimes you have to put some attention into keeping the production going. So it has made me a lot more nimble in terms of the way that I would function. Even if I would think a particular way, it just being in that space has helped me to think, to function differently. Rodney Charles, right, former MP for Naparima, also former UN ambassador, etc. Right?
Yeah, Rodney.
Right, the way that man speaks and writes, it's is an inspiration for me. Right, I know him personally, but also being able to see him function professionally. And not only that, too, sometimes to take the kind of licks that you just take in politics and keep on ticking. That is something that I look at with a degree of admiration. Like, all talks aside, to love your country enough to take the kind of licks that some politicians have to take, compared to what other politicians doing and not getting licks. That's it right here, you know. Dominic Kalipasad. I met Dominic Kalipasad earlier this year. I had the pleasure of chatting with him and recording an interview with him. And his work in terms of something that I aspire to, which is documenting our history through the stories that people have to tell, which is a space that WACK is already in. WACK is documenting the stories that people have to tell. Right? But to meet Dominic Kalipasad and realize he's way funnier than his television demeanor would suggest. And bright dude, loves reading. You could tell that he likes people.
I could tell by the type of people you look up to, that it kind of influences who you are in terms of your literature. Because if I had to say somebody I know is somebody who good with words and the way they can write and speak, and the way what I've noticed with you, Ricardo, would be like when you interact with persons, you find intelligent ways and unique ways to communicate messages or ways to teach. So it's like, oh, how I can teach this person this lesson without offending them. And you would construct something, and the way you bring it across is gentle. Sometimes not as gentle, but no, but you're good with your words and the way you shuffle it across, and utilize that skill is really good. Take a kudos for that and the mentorship that you're doing in different areas. And similar to Kenny Phillips, so he could get some praise. And from you looking at him, I see you doing similar things in terms of working with little and making the most. Some of these Zoom sessions that we had to do, some of the live events that we did. I know someone from Curacao would have commended you, Apostle Bakris, because sometimes the resources are little, but the end product, and you still make things flow good. And take some praise for that.
But all glory to God. All glory to God, because I would tell you, I was fascinated by learning. And because I'm fascinated by learning, I kind of compelled to teach, because I know what people being willing to teach me did for me. And sometimes you don't know that you need somebody to show you a form. And the funny thing about it is being able to work with what you have to produce something of quality. I remember when we interviewed Kenny earlier this year for the same mental health podcast, Big Up Jail. And Kenny watched with my cameras on the little tripod and thing, and not even the good tripods, the better ones that I have now. I'm talking them $40, $50 ring light tripod and thing. And he watched and he was like, hey boy, I remember when I was like this. And then he was like, why you don't come when we... So he saw what I was working with and invite me into a space where I could learn something, which is why I tip my hat, because he didn't have to do that, and learning how to teach for me is my next big challenge, because, and I lied to tell you, I asked the Lord for wisdom and he gave me wisdom, but then after that he was like, you play fast, because wisdom by itself ain't enough. You need to have patience so that you could use it and teach it. You need to have integrity so that you're not just talking something and not walking it. You have to have compassion, otherwise you'll end up coming down condescending and belittling to people that you're supposed to be trying to bring up. So the men who helped me shape me and helping me shape the environment around me, I had to salute them. I have to salute them. And Josh, I had to big up you, because the way that you carry yourself, and I said this in a session over the weekend, the way that you carry yourself inspires me to lead better.
I shake my head when you say that, but I appreciate the recognition. But I mean,
as gay, you're any flowers all the time. Aaron is
I don't need that.
No, but Aaron has been
like-
traveling in the world, in the background, doing a lot of stuff locally too. So I know you would know better. So I don't just see pictures. I'll be like, oh, easy man, these things on this. Oh,
you alone, no? Sometime when Aaron messaging and telling people on the radio that I don't answer my phone. But if I was to call Aaron, Aaron's answer rate might be lower than my own.
Actually, if there's one thing I try to do is answer the phone. And you know why I always say that? It's because somebody calling could be going through something that I'm supposed to help them with. So if even I'm busy, I will answer and say, I could call you back.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that compulsion.
I honestly working on that.
Because and I think what made me try to continue that is, I don't know if I can even tell this story, right? I'm on it too.
Mental dog.
I'm on it 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
A brethren called me. Now, my phone is going automatic, do not disturb from 10 p.m. Right? So he called 2 o'clock, he didn't get me. He called back right after. And say phone groggy, yeah. But I shut down so please. I say, alright. And I pick up myself and I went. Me in the way he shut down with, me in the way he shut down for nothing. I just pick up myself and I go on 2 o'clock in the morning. And my brethren on the side of the road, radiator overheating. I say, alright. You have water? No. You jump in the car to go and find a quick shop to buy water, because I wasn't going and carrying back home by me to fill water, and I don't know if our bottles all them different things. So we gone back in search of an open quick shop. We found one, and on the conversation, this man started telling me about somebody troubles he going through. And so I said, but if you know that the troubles you're going through, why are you driving so far? He said, "Barry, how I to reach where I to go? I to reach to and from work, you know." And then it hit me that this man called me because I was probably one, the closest person to him at that moment of panic. And two, because I would have answered the phone because at 2 o'clock, them is the hours you just get the weird calls now. Me and this man, we sort out the radiator issue. I followed him home and we end up talking outside by him until about 41. Then it's the 5 probably. And when I drove home after that, I felt like I helped a situation. Not just with the car issue, but I was that listening ear for somebody who was going through it. And then it put into perspective the decision that I made that, hey, if the phone ringing, that person calling you for a purpose or a reason.
Yeah.
So if you're in a position that you can't answer, obviously you can't answer.
But
once you could answer, because we all know there are things that you will not answer the phone doing it. If you're in a meeting or other...
What meeting you at 2 o'clock in the morning?
I'm not talking about just 2 o'clock in the morning, Ricardo. I'm talking about in general.
You just talk about not being in a position to answer. So what position you will be in 2 o'clock in the morning, Aaron?
Anywho, Ricardo.
then it has some people who just have your number and, they just want a small something.
No, and that's the thing. You just had to know. Sometimes that smalls, as we always say, as we be talking men's health month things, sometimes that smalls will lead to the actual issue coming up, Because, Joash, we have admitted, accepted, reiterated, and constantly reinforced that if a brethren call you for a bear, sometimes it's not the bear he's looking for, It's the conversation along with the bear he's looking for. And we don't literally mean beer as an alcoholic beverage. It could be, let's go for doubles. Or let's go and get a burger. Let's go and drink a coffee. They make a run in the fish market or down David to get a part.
Now it can be real simple, and sometimes you're so busy, or sometimes you don't know how to say, yo, I need some help here. And they just want to communicate, and it's just that little window they're looking for to open up. So I've noticed situations like that as well, and you're like, so it's true.
And let me put Ricardo on the spot here now.
Yeah,
Ricardo, I opened Facebook a couple hours ago, yesterday I should say specifically, and I saw that a mutual friend of ours' birthday was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Did you call him to wish him happy birthday?
I did. Hey, listen. One of the men I want to acknowledge is Naeem Rees. Some people might know him as Sanchez. They used to call him Usher back in the day, all kind of thing. But listen, Naeem and I were what you would probably call high school rivals at a point in time. And we went to Bagel with mutual friends and became brothers. And Naeem was one of the first of us to get married too. And Naeem's Naeem as a brother, he's one of the men that maybe I don't call as often as I do, but as preferred. And you know what? Now I'm learning that I need to take more responsibility for the well-being of my brothers, because a man mightn't know that you're praying for him. You understand? But he might know that he in your prayers if you shoot him on WhatsApp. You share a reel, because apparently no real relationships is the way it does go. Sending people reels is how you just let them know
that's
that.
a real thing. That is a real thing. No lie.
I see what you did there, Josh.
That was keeping me wrong. I'm real about it. He quick with it. But Naeem, from fighting to friendship to fatherhood. Listen, sometimes the best way to deal with your enemies is to become friends. Because he couldn't stand me and I couldn't stand him in school. And when we saddle, I telling you a big man thing. You ever meet a boy, you ever meet a brethren, and the first conversation all you have, we literally, the first time we ever talk, I lent him a phone because he had to make a phone call. And when he come off that call, we end up talking from must be 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock the night until the sun come up the next morning. We just sit down on a gallery sipping some cool ones. And and it was amazing that somebody who was always in your space, he didn't realize that there was destined to be in your path. You know, so happy belated birthday, Naeem. I called him when I was shouting out Twine the other day.
Twine who always had a fresh haircut.
Yeah, Twine don't slip. And I've never seen him unkept. Like maybe it was a one season he went through. But big up you, Naeem, Reese. I love you, bro. I love
As
you.
we talking,
anyway,
as we say,
I love all you. And that's my family dog. Them people go back with me decades. And last one before you go on, Aaron. Kerry Grant play. Sensei Kerry Grant of the Southern Warriors of Mixed Martial Arts. Listen, you see what that man doing? That is one of them men that guaranteed a national award in the future. Because I know Southern Warriors of Mixed Martial Arts before he had branded merch and uniforms and that kind of thing. And I would tell you that Kerry is a man care about his country and his community. And he cares about the development of young men. So
but his name is Kerry, you know.
Wow. Well, okay, Aaron. Well, I see what you did there. But as somebody who I've seen him
fighting me
in
about
terms of his music career, in terms of Southern Warriors of Mixed Martial Arts, and then beach wrestling. And just the fact that this man is carrying youths to different countries to compete to represent Trinidad and Tobago in categories that at the end of the day it's not like they're mainstream sports on the radar of the ministry where they're getting these big checks to finance.
Correct. That's the difficult thing about like mixed martial arts and stuff, because especially since it's a little more combative, it's difficult for the ministry
to get behind it.
Put fun in, on sports as well. Y'all ever heard of the name Kamara David?
No.
I didn't expect so, but I personally want to.
So no. It's like one of them scenarios. It's like, you ever hear about so by so? I didn't expect you to, but you know what? Let me still tell you.
That's exactly why it is, because this man
Ricardo training the Royal boy.
He always behind the scenes. He was Trinidad and Tobago, well, TTFA's General Secretary at a point in time under David John Williams. And well, for a short period of time, he would have helped in terms of the home of football, and then there was an under 14 competition that was held, a Caribbean competition that led to a lot of our youths moving on to like a big stage. So men like Dante Gilbert playing in PSV eventually, men like on the national team right now. Nathaniel James was on that team. So it would have with that program, it was an under 14 tournament, under 14 or under 15. But outside of that, he's currently the Caribbean Football Union General Secretary. But people don't know what he does be doing. And for a lot of competitions, tournaments, if you notice that the level of football in the Caribbean has risen. And I think this year, there's a possibility that there would be at least 3 Caribbean teams in the World Cup.
Trinidad will not be one, but cool, right?
Small thing. But the work that he does there, as well as he's a lecturer for the FIFA CIES program, that's a postgraduate diploma. He's a lecturer there, lecturing in undergrad. He's also on the CONCACAF disciplinary committee. A lot of different areas. He's just investing some of his time, some of his knowledge into some youths, in some of the referees. He always tries to pull some of the youths he know from in Trinidad around to lead them in the right direction as well. So I want to give him his kudos. So don't forget Kamara David. He's a man who don't be in front the camera, but big him up.
Yeah, big up you, Kamara David, because you see your style of getting it done absent the limelight. That is how I would have preferred to function, but it just turns out that every space that I end up in for some reason, I just end up You know what is where's all them people that's going a place and that doesn't want to say nothing to nobody and then somebody just call you to talk kind of guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
he's one
so-
of them.
Yeah, way.
It's because you can real talk.
I'm not going to say that. You know why they call it to talk? Because you have the face that says, I have something to say.
That's what my face saying.
Yeah.
So my face saying I need to go at the barber.
You and Kenny had the same face, the I have something to say face.
Hey, let me tell you something. You know, I realize I have real developing to do still. I will watch this man answer the phone more times in one day than I want to answer my phone for the week, you know. It is, I just, even his availability to people, because it's not just about the work too, but Kenny's a problem solver. He just get things done, right? And just watching his availability is something that I'm not saying I'm going to reach that space, but
Yeah.
nah, but so big up Kamara for being one of those people who's
Behind the
quietly and
scenes
efficiently get the job done. Hey, I would have loved to be that guy. Just do work out like that. I will join some. Aaron, you remember when we were heavily involved in the San Fernando Boys RC Past Students Association?
Yeah.
We are not cheering going boys school. We are no niece and nephew and godsons and them kind of thing. And we are the People Past Students Association, Aaron DJing for the Zumbas and for the carnival activities. And all I'm saying is that I went to a meeting to help with a fundraising parang. And the men who bring me into the meeting leave me in the people and them organization. I can't go anywhere and not end up having to do now. So when I hear you talk about Kamara like that, I like way with envy in my eyes, you know. You see what's going on here? There's envy, you know.
It's like, wait, I wish I could like. No, I don't know. Honestly, like with the things he's doing, I don't know how he does do it. But ever since before he even reached that level, I saw one article in the newspapers about this man doing the FIFA Masters. And then I searched up what's the FIFA Masters, noticed that he had to go to 3 different countries in Europe to study. Italy, Switzerland, and England. When I start to see that it's like the #1 sports masters in Europe, I say, wait, this man real brilliant from Trinidad. And started to look at the things. At that point in time, he was very young and was, I think, the general secretary at Trinidad Tobago Super League, a football tournament that was major. And that was the 2nd tier at the time.
Super League, yes?
Yeah. So the man is just a man, you don't know his name, but he does get the job done. He's get the job done.
Yeah. And I wanna pick up Joseph. I don't normally call him Joseph, but I call him Mr. J. I wanna pick up Joseph because like my dad was a guy heavily invested in community. So much so that at his wake, when I asked me to say something, I tell him, I say congratulations and God bless, because only get the best of the man. Right? The man that only talking about, that man serve his community.
Yeah.
In ways that if one family had to pay for 10,000 families, and I'm not exaggerating when I say 10,000, eh? If one family had to pay for 10,000 families to benefit, and I understand that that's part of service too, I've got to see something else in terms of the way Joseph is a family man first. Like, all talks aside, seeing the way that a father could love his family and seeing the ways that a father could serve his community has given me a wide spectrum of what it is to be a man and take responsibility for the community and the society that you're in. Because just being given the examples that I have a compulsion to try to help my country be better by giving it what I have and demanding of it the people who have something to give. So, as is International Men's Day, I want to just shout out the different kinds of heroes we have out here too, because it have some men just quietly getting the job done at home, and it have some quietly getting the job done professionally, and then it have men who very, very public, and you still don't know what it does take for them to do what they're doing.
At home is an important one, and so big up all the fathers out there that being fathers and actually doing what they have to do. I mean, some of them would do it and would be bashed, they'd be the enemy, but at the end of the day, you have to do what you're supposed to do. And there are some men that would fall short. It's true, some men will fall short. But at the end of the day, if that is you, pick up yourself and go again. Do your best. And for the men that doing their best right now, big up all you know. Because we need fathers in the home and the brothers as well. All the men, the uncles, because uncles step in for fathers sometimes when they're missing. Sometimes it might just be a neighbor that will walk outside when the children doing stupidness in the road. Like I see that the other day. Some young fellas all 11 p.m. pelting glass bottle. Like I don't know if it's some quote-unquote gang or whatever. Run outside, see the neighbor done already, come and intervene. That's the kind of things we had to do, you know? Stand up to the occasion, don't allow things to go left when you know you can step in and change things around, yeah.
Yeah. I like seeing. I've been blessed. When you hear that I have men out here who do have the type of role models, I had to say that I have been blessed with role models on every level. Every level. Yeah, even the people that I might be teaching, the amount I just learned from them, it's ridiculous. I will admit that being subject to correction was something that I had to learn. But having learned that, oh boy, man, it just opened up what life's supposed to be, because everybody has something to share and to add to the world now. And you not being subject to correction is like you saying you don't want what the world had to offer you. You know, so big up men. You know, hey, we don't always get it right, but there are plenty of we still trying.
I'm not going to say also we need to acknowledge the men who know that they are not the best and still trying to do better.
Yeah.
Because society has a way that if a man is down, we just want to keep him down. But there are men out there who have acknowledged their errors in life and are coming back and want to do better.
The errors in life.
Yes, the errors in life.
So there's airs. I just confirm it. I don't know if I just pronounced it wrong, but like airs.
Aaron is a man. He just put the emphasis on the wrong. He just put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Our internal linguist, what is it? Or air?
Is air. Oh, is it?
You sure?
Is that error, right?
Yeah.
ER.
Is that error? Or error?
Yes.
You know who I would have liked to ask that? Dominic Kalipasad, because he was the man who pointed out to me the difference between EAR and AIR. Right?
Oh, but probably to distinguish between ARE. No, well.
No,
I know it, but EARS.
You
don't mix it up with anything.
You're looking it up right now, you know.
No, I'm not looking it up.
You're not looking it up? Oh, well, let me look it up.
No, but I know it's the ERR.
Well, as in is whether if you were wrong, then is human.
Yeah, to is human. To be mistaken or incorrect. Make a mistake.
Say the difference between air and ear, you know. It's like, oh wow. You hear.
Right, but now it have men out there who have acknowledged their mistakes and are trying to do better. And you know what? We see you trying to do better. We acknowledge it and we wish that you continue along that road of doing better.
That's right.
In American English, both are acceptable. Air is a common pronunciation. In British English, it is typically pronounced as So Aaron is correct. Remember, he don't come up from England too, so if anybody know how to talk English, it should be him.
I feel he just said I'm still that on the
No. It's that's the thing. We really, as men, we have to be there to support our brothers. We have to. Let me start that statement over. As men, we have a tireless and thankless job. Because if you're doing it well, nobody could tell you nothing.
Yeah. Right.
But the moment you start to you just hear everything about it.
Real.
And it is human to it is human to forget. Because to be able to have the task of managing everything in your life and being responsible for others, it's a very difficult thing. Yeah. And nowhere in life, I'm not going to lie to you, and Cardo could probably answer the same question. Nowhere in life will we ever taught how to be a man, or how to be a father, how to be a husband, how to be a provider, how to be a leader. You would learn some elements of it in various classes throughout life, but nobody ever gave you a cut and dry part as this is what it takes. So a lot of us are learning as time continues to pass throughout our lives. So take the lessons in stride, fall, but don't stay down, and give yourself some grace, fellas.
As Ole was on the sports talk earlier, it reminded me of some of my favorite movies. Are actually sports movies.
Any given Sunday.
Nah, you talking about real sports like Rocky,
Waterboy,
Warrior,
Whatever.
Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights. If you're not first, you're last.
Oh, you still watch wrestling now?
I do. I'm gonna
That's
watch
not
wrestling
me.
later. You know that Raw on Netflix now?
Oh, you still watching wrestling?
Serious? They still have that?
Raw is on Netflix now. What are you telling me?
Stone Cold still wrestling?
Nah, don't do me that. Don't do me that. But
Big up Drag John
tonight
Cena
is
and thing.
tonight is John Cena last Raw.
Serious?
Now saying big up John Cena. I don't watch
Yeah,
that one.
that was him. You know,
I
the
feel like
thing?
I'm tuning. I feel like I'm tuning.
But,
just for that.
You see, in Rocky, where he was like, "Hey, it's not about how hard you could hit. It's about how hard you could get hit and keep moving forward." You understand? And let me put it this way: if it wasn't for mindsets like that, all your life hard, bro. Like right now, life is hard, bro. And if it wasn't for like the sheer determination to outlive my problems, to outlive the go of our season, cheese and ages, like, did it hard. And we had to acknowledge that a lot of men out here with the life that they're trying to navigate, sometimes it just put them down. And the numbers for men who will unalive themselves, sometimes in very, very violent fashions, including unaliving others. We have to do better in terms of making it okay to not be okay. Because we like them switching bottle, Joash, to use your analogy, we like them switching bottle that shake up now.
Yeah.
And if we don't make it okay to just and let the gas out, we gonna end up in a situation where you go have more mess. You go have more mess than thing to drink.
Yeah, the truth is, as men, the pressures are there, especially the pressure of not making errors, like Aaron would have said. But we, in our little sphere, in our little circles, and publicly as well, we could try our best to, like, moments like these, to kind of normalize, opening up, normalize, helping others normalize, taking that step or initiative. They kind of find out, hey bro, how you doing? Just shooting a message. Sometimes you could just scroll through your contacts and see who you haven't spoken to in a while, because it good to like somebody to know, hey, somebody thinking about me, because it have men that just on the grind and just work home, and some of them work home and it's family problem, like take their mind off, just a little time to chat, a little time to talk about something else. So it's good to let some of that gas out sometimes.
And that's the next part of it, for the men out there, find healthy ways to manage it. Healthy ways to manage it. The exercise. You may not be able to do an hour and a half or an hour, sometimes just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The age-old saying of 40 push-ups a day helps.
Yeah.
You mightn't be able to do the 40 straight like Cardo, but do 2 sets at 20, 4 sets at 10.
Do 8 sets
8
at
sets
5.
at 5.
Or
20
if you
sets
had to
at
do
2.
40 sets at 1, if that's what it takes.
No, really, man.
That is real talk.
Really,
If you spread it out over the day if you have to, but start and get better.
But if you're doing 40 sets at 1, you could probably do 20 sets at 2.
Hey,
But no,
Hmm,
but
that-
as simple as it is,
Joash just come with what kind of all mats then.
This man, this young boy thing now. 20 sets
Yeah,
of 2
boy.
push-ups.
Next thing you know, you tell me you're doing 10 pull-ups straight all kind of thing.
Pull-ups. Josh don't do pull-ups. He just do pull-downs, right? He just bring
No,
the whole thing down.
funny
type thing.
enough, I want to pick up my co-workers on them, because today, Quisi, he say, fellas, they challenge yourself now. Just a little 50 push-ups and 100 sit-ups every day, and we had to send a video in the morning. So that is nothing too difficult. So something like that, I want to encourage you. You can just in a group chat, your friends that you have, hey, even if that's a little communication, all they have and all they talk much, you just say, hey, finish my thing, I realize you're sending a video, Ricardo. Send a video now, boy. And
Ricardo, yes, send your video now, boy.
I don't think like that.
Yeah, big
Use
up
a
Richard
man this edit
Williams.
videos. Use a man this edit videos, Ricardo.
Yeah,
send
so
your
what I
video.
Simple video like that, you castle.
Exactly, Ricardo.
Only go get that. Big up with Richard Williams. He had formed a Facebook group where he was doing that, and it actually got me in ridiculously good shape. And then you know what? I can start back. I can start
Well,
back.
I'm not
As I come off, as I come off here,
To say that.
as I come off
well,
here,
As you come off here, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna warm up some food. You go warm up some.
Gonna want some food.
No, really gonna take that thing. Hey, my brother getting married, you know. I had to look a little spiffy for wedding and thing too. So
Serious.
yeah.
I see where this is going.
Yeah, I had to look a kind of.
You might be putting it off on your brother, but I don't say nothing.
And
Yeah.
we are perilously close to the end of the program. Guys, this is Ricardo Michelle, the 10 City Sage. Thank you for joining
Which
us.
is man running.
Hey, remember guys, our glass is opaque. We don't know how much time remains, so whatever you're doing, be good and stay safe. Thanks for joining us for this International Men's Day conversation. Joash, was a pleasure having you. And we look forward to, the little vibes now, the breath of fresh air. Yeah, from the breast ring.
With that being said, yours truly Aaron868. I know we periodically close, but Ricardo, here we're going. For the next week, we're doing 40 push-ups a day, 40 sit-ups, and 40 squats.
Yeah, not a problem.
Right? I can't
Not a
guarantee no video every day.
So,
Andy,
how we doing?
talking
What is
to
the level of accountability?
We had to send a message after. No, Ricardo, he not going to answer
Completed.
the message. Yeah.
Hey, so that means you had a format. We had a format.
I know you didn't invite me to do it, eh?
No, it's just Ricardo and I. Josh, you doing your 50. We don't want again. We not that fit yet.
Nah,
So don't
come
form
on.
don't form a living room
You
group.
can't
and that,
include me. Come on.
So
come on.
you want to do 2 set of challenge? You see the youth again, the youthful
Oh,
exuberance.
yeah. You know what? Yes.
I
we could
in
do
that challenge. I in that.
it. We could do it. We could do
And
it.
I'm looking out for you in that 5K.
Yeah, no, that's specifically why I'm doing it though, because my last 5K time was 42 minutes. I need to get down.
I can't remember the time I put on our first session, but I had to check it back because somebody had challenged me and said, you can run that time? So at the time myself and see if I can really run that time.
Yeah, so I my aim for this one is to go under 40, a sub 40.
Alright. Yes, and as always, it's a pleasure to be here on the living room. This is your guy, Joash. I'll always keep reminding you to stay in faith, stay in love, and keep caring for those in your community. Put God first, and let's always remember to love our neighbors.
Yay. Can't argue with that.
Yours truly, Aaron868. I remind each and every time that culture is my code, and I also tell you that love is the currency. So spend some today. Let somebody know you love them, guys. Remember, San Fernando comes alive this week. Juve on Saturday morning. And Pan and Powder on the streets of San Fernando Saturday night. Either way, it has something for you to come out to celebrate. All right? Mr. Desmond is up next with the big band, so keep it locked to the True Nation station, WACK 9.1 FM, where we are culture crazy. I will be back on Friday. Keep it locked.